So, I do have a superpower. It's dog sniffing. What's that even mean? I don't know. I think he's just really into dogs. Does it mean he's a superhero? All right. Don't come at me with that. Don't just assume my identity, okay? How dare you? There's superheroes, super villains. We're called super people, okay? So don't just assume that I'm trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Carry the one. Okay, that's all of them. My second superpower, Eagle Scout. Caw-caw! I'm sorry, what's that? No, I don't have time to discuss my Eagle Scout project. So speaking of dogs, I've observed them over the decades. And they have this thing that they do when they smell something askew, right? It starts off slow. They're like, you smell that? What is that? Get a little excited, speeds up. Right? They're like, what is that though? Like, I like that, but I hate it. And there's that little blowout that they do at the end. And then their teeth get involved. Gotta taste it, right? So with superpowers, you have to develop those over time. You gotta practice. And what better place to practice my dog sniffing than at church, right? During a prayer. So I dog sniff my wife all the time. I don't even care. She loves it. One day I was running late for Sunday school. I walk into the classroom, looking in the back row, scanning that for my wife, where we normally sit. She's not back there, but she is up in the front row. A little weird, but I'm gonna go with it, right? She's my wife. So sit down, the prayer starts, and I'm like, it's dog sniff time. So I get real deep into her shoulder, and I'm pretty committed at this point. And I just go to town. And the thing about using my superpower, it's like a drug, right? I am on cloud 9. Everything else just disappears around me, and it's just me and that shoulder, and I'm like, gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been, when it's right, it's right. Wait a second. All of a sudden, her body goes completely stiff. That's not supposed to happen. Turns out this is not my wife. Right? There's those dreams that you have when you're at school and you find out that you're completely naked. And you think, how did I get this? Get here? How did I get out of my house this morning without clothes on? But you just wake up, right? It's a dream. You move on with your life. It's no big deal. This was not a dream. I really sniffed this woman. And it wasn't even a nightmare, because I would have welcomed that at this point, right? So, I couldn't apologize to this woman because the prayer was still going on. That would be inappropriate, right? Turns out she's a Hispanic woman and her first language is not English. Well, that's not a problem because I speak Spanish. Hermana, lo siento. Pensé que eras mi esposa. I wanted to die. Right? I just was so embarrassed. And, I was still reeling from what I just did. And I gotta have a game plan, right? Be prepared. So what do? Do I get up and just run away, don't look back? Maybe I start a new life, right? I can go up into the hills somewhere. I do have the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge, after all, right? Never mind the fact that I earned that by successfully staying up late, all night long in a mosquito-infested lean-to that I built, eating the illegal snacks that I smuggled in. What else could I do? I could just stand my ground, right? Just continue sitting there. I've already apologized to this girl. What else does she want from me, right? So, my world is just crashing down around me. And I'm starting to worry about what this girl thinks of me. Her husband is actually sitting on the other side of her, I'm just the third wheel at this point. And she's like, what is up with this white boy? He has the audacity to sit right next to me when my husband's right here with me. And, he waits for everyone to close their eyes during the prayer, and that's when he makes his move on me. Then I'm thinking, where's my wife in all this? Is she just been behind me the entire time, just staring daggers at me? She's filling out the paperwork for the divorce. And I know some of you are wanting to give me the benefit of the doubt on this right now. Maybe he just has bad vision. He forgot his glasses that day. I don't wear glasses. I have amazing vision. They say 20/20 is perfect vision. I'm better than that. 20/10. No excuse. So my wife eventually finally comes into the classroom. She sits down next to me. And I'm mad at her at this point, right? Do you have any idea the chaos that has ensued in my life because of your tardiness? Where were you? Right? So I muster up the courage to tell her what I did, bracing myself for the inevitable divorce. And she thinks it's hilarious. She starts laughing uncontrollably. Mind you, she is very pregnant at this point with our first child. It's getting pretty serious between us. And so her whole body is just shaking with laughter. She's shaking our baby. And so it's just ridiculous. She starts snorting, right? At this point, this is where I gotta cut it off. We are at church. And we don't laugh at church. This is inappropriate. So at the end of class, she's trying to smooth things over with this couple, and I'm trying to melt into the floor out of embarrassment. And she's like, oh, hey, isn't it so funny that he thought you were me? We don't even have the same outfit on. You're not even pregnant. That couple, they never came back to church again. So superhero, supervillain, I'll let you guys decide. Thank you.
All right, Matt Houston, everybody.